We are back, ladies, gentlemen, and NBs for the start of our NECC week, GLEC week 8 Valpo Overwatch. I'm your host, Diadem. I'm here with my co-host.
Henry Speedy Kill Ninja.
And today we'll be taking on Illinois Wesleyan University, previously, top 50 team in the country. So, Valpo's pretty big name. What can we say? We like to show a little bit of action. So definitely going to be a competitive game today, or at least a little bit of a flashy one, because as we see with these starting lineups for Valpo Academy, we have L, Ramon, Kirakuki, CQ9, and Eric J. And for Illinois Wesleyan, we have EXO, Wavy, Qzuru, I probably pronounced that wrong, my bad, Mookie, and Sir. So, obviously got a star-studded lineup here, so excited to see how we're gonna shape up.
So Academy Overwatch 2-5 in the GLEC, taking on Illinois Wesleyan 7-0. Now this Academy Overwatch team is actually undefeated in the NECC, but played in kind of a varsity league of the GLEC. Have had their fair share of tough opponents and tough matches. I'm going to be facing another one today, but I mean, they've just been getting better and better throughout the season. They're going to be the top seed, assuming the match Monday goes well. A top seed, I guess, regardless of how it goes, but I'm really excited to watch this team to play too, because we haven't seen them on stream much this semester, just with some reschedules, FFs, all that college esports nonsense we not big fans of.
You're going to see Mookie immediately diving in there, picking off EXO and Wavy, tossing the ball to the side, going to be able to pick up the first two. Valpo kind of push back into their spawn here. It's really aggressive because obviously you hold that front line. You hold that front line with Reinhardt. You have such a big shield, and you can kind of send Lucio and Moira kind of on those weak flanks. You have the Mei wall to set up as well. You really catch Valpo out of position with this comp, and you have so much damage out of your support backline as well that you kind of make up for not being grouped as hard. That's usually kind of one of the stronger points of Overwatch comps, especially nowadays when you run that kind of Lucio, is you make up for the damage of not being grouped, and kind of that area of effect that you have makes it really flexible in how you want to play, because Valpo's going to be able to pick up two on the push in here. Going to look for this, still on point. Going to be able to drop a little bit. Reaper's going to be able to TP back. You still have 3 on objective, so this contest might be able to pop off into something, but Illinois Wesleyan's kind of just juggling it right now with their supports. Both EXO and Wavy go down low. Eric J is going to be able to fall, and there's going to be the Moira ult going to be able to pop back. Trying to get a little bit of healing. Kirakuki caught in the corner here. The Mei wall is going to jump up. Ramon's going to be able to jump off to the side, but it's not going to be enough. Illinois Wesleyan collapses back on point and will stop the capture just a millisecond before it goes to Valpo.
Yeah, Valpo with a good team fight there, but Illinois Wesleyan was just able to come back just in time and, refuse that capture. But Valpo going to have some ultimates coming up here. Going to have a Shatter, both DPS and the beat drop. Oh, actually all 5. As I'm looking, they're all hitting 99.
Immediately coming out of Illinois Wesleyan. Just going to drop it right now to stop the push. The Mei wall pops up as well. The TP in from Reaper just going to be able to get out of the backline. That's going to be a clean 1-for-0 right now. We're going to have to see if Illinois Wesleyan's going to be able to disengage this, and I think they will. Have enough healing to immediately get back up. You did pop the Lucio open. There's the hammer down, and Kirizu in the back line. That's going to be 3 for Valpo. Kirakuki's going to trade 1, and Ramon's just sneaking behind the point. Hey, at this point, go for it, man. You got 94 seconds. Probably just going to try and tap it for overtime. Yeah, and Reaper, I think, catches onto it. Going to TP. Still there, but they're just capturing objective. Yeah,
they're just so far away.
See, sometimes all you gotta do is get a little bit unorthodox. As
I know Ramon is geeking right now.
He's got the biggest smile on his face right now. He's just having a great time. As you can see, Sir back on point, kind of just watching him here, not moving chilling at all. Immediately, the ult comes out from Ramon. Just gonna try and jump to the side here, use the bounce up, try and get a little bit of pressure, hit a couple of shots. L's gonna be able to freeze back on point. Kurzu still taking a couple of shots at Kirakuki. Kirakuki is going to fall. CQ9 falls. Ramon falls. L falls. All that's left is AirJ on point with the Blizzard, but it's not going to be enough. The capture will go to Illinois Wesleyan, and this round 1 will also go their way.
28%. I don't know.
Shout out to Ramon. Shout out to Ramon.
Yeah.
That 28% is in his name.
It kind of felt like they were a bit staggered there. So we saw all 5 ultimates available, and we saw the Reinhardt just get picked before that beat drop kind of fully hit him, and then they kind of used that ult for that. And then Reinhardt came back, used the Shatter. Once again, didn't have the full team after that. And at that point, we had used a lot of those ults early in those fights where we did get a member picked off early. So it didn't really feel like we had much of a chance in those team fights. You know, when you're going in 4v5, 3v5, even with that ult advantage, it's not going to be too useful. But yeah, we did see Ramon kind of bail on the fight and was like, you know what, like, let's just walk around everybody. Yeah,
definitely rough, right? Obviously, Illinois Wesleyan's counting ult charge really well,
yeah.
so they know that Reinhardt has Shatter. They know that he's walking up, so every time he walks up, they go for wall. You're gonna see Exo's playing this flank extremely well on this Lucio. It's super oppressive in the comp that they're running. Obviously, don't need to change too much here, other than you drop the Echo to get a little bit of speed. But the Mei wall into the charger, Kyokuki's gonna be able to drop Mookie. Exo's gonna drop Air J in the backline as well, though. Still jumping around the corner. You have the Genji on objective here. Obviously, 2 DPS different for the side of Illinois Wesleyan, just obviously trying to play with this comp, but Valpo going to be able to trade a little bit evenly here as they go DPS for DPS here. Kyokuki does drop, Mookie is back in the fight, going to be able to dash on the objective, is first captured for Illinois Wesleyan. Sir is just kind of sitting on this objective. They're going to be able to push up and play a little bit more aggressive here, because that is 2 more picks for the side of Illinois Wesleyan. You see CQ9 versus EXO, this 1v1 in the back. Exo's gonna have to be forced back off. The boot coming off the corner here. Gonna grab the health pack, still just speeding up. Yeah, just keep the cam here, man.
This.
We're brawling. This is ones right here. Just everybody leave him in the corner. Let him rock. See, dash around, still off the wall. Gonna have to jump to the side. Gets the boop up from the top. CQ9 falling a little bit low. We'll grab the health pack, still jumping around the corner. Gets the headshot. They're playing just around the central pillar. Who cares about the rest of the game? Just win this one. CQ9, win this one. I believe in you. Does get the health pack though, EXO. It's gonna be huge. Oh! That's what we're talking about. We win those ones. Jump in with the beat. Immediately capture the point. That's what I'm talking about, CQ9. We win those.
It's the best Overwatch gameplay we've had all year.
That's what I'm talking about. It's the little victories. It's the little victories.
Yeah, and we are able to cap point. I believe there are 2 more kills for Valpo. Meanwhile, while that was happening, kind of at the same time too. So Valpo going to even things up just a bit here. Going to have this freeze available, approaching the Ramon ult and the Shatter as well. AirJ does get picked early though.
If you could just wait a little bit, but it looks like Valpo again is just getting picked off a little bit too much, although Mookie does fall, so they're going to be jumped to the side, immediately pops the Blade. Blade going to come out, now dashing around, going to get 2 slices, 3 fall for the side of Valpo. And now they're just kind of forced to stagger again, because you see Ramon just goes out to the health pack, but the 2 supports are just in their backline trying to kill them already. Again, you have so much damage out of this comp, out of like such split areas, that these kind of 1v1s and 2v1s are really, really strong. But AirJ going to be able to pick up the first one. The Moira ult's going to drop CQ9 though, so you trade support for support. Both Lucios are dead for both teams here. Kyokuki is on Wavy, going to be able to drop that. Now you do have a numbers advantage. It's 4v3 walking onto this point. You have 4 ultimates up, especially 4 ults alive as well. And L is going to drop Sir, so you should be able to take this point here. There's immediately the Adaptive Circus coming out, going to steal Ramon here, jumping from the side. The hammer down drops a little bit too early. Excuse me, there it is. The hammer down drops right now. Although stunned, the Blizzard as well, it's going to be able to finish it off. The immediate shield on the bombs there. Still trying to hold this point, 92% for Illinois Wesleyan. Has to just jump to the side. This Echo is just kind of being really oppressive here. Kyokuki going to be able to force off, but the right click from L is going to finish that off. And then the freeze immediately going on Genji. The Reflect's not going to do much there, as Valpo is able to capture this point. Get 50% on it here, 95% for Illinois Wesleyan. Illinois Wesleyan also used all their ultimates there, so Valpo now even in the ult charge.
Yeah, Valpo looking a lot better on this second point.
There we go.
Yeah, I mean, they're starting to get some staggers in here. Had a really nice team fight. They're up to 60% with full control. And ult economy, very, very low for the side of Illinois Wesleyan. And for us too, but you know, we don't need to talk about that.
Yeah, but honestly, the biggest thing is you're going to have to watch for Blade timing, right?
Yep.
Because Blade is just so much damage that you can pop off, but you won't have many like support ults to counter it at least. So AirJ with a quick pick on the Reaper on that side of Illinois Wesleyan, and the dash in, they're going to just try and apply pressure, but the boop is going to be so huge from EXO. Sir's going to also drop AirJ. That's going to be 2 down for the side of Valpo. It's a 3v4, and they capture the point. Ramon is still have to back out, but it's overtime, and Valpo has to touch now. Immediately going to charge back on. L's going to drop the ult, but gets charged in immediately, and all that's left is Ramon just kind of dashing onto this point. You got 1 second left in the invulnerability before you have to face the music. Dashing around, Kirikuki is back. They're going to jump onto this point. There's immediately the beatdown and the Genji ult. That's going to slice one. That's going to slice two. Valpo is falling. CQ9, the rollout is not going to be enough. Gets bumped up by EXO, and the beat drop is not going to reach. And that is going to be Illinois Wesleyan taking game one of this series.
Yeah, we'll take a look at the play of the game now. I think Valpo doing a lot better on that second control map. Oh yeah, there was a big Reaper ult there.
Was in this first match.
Yep.
No, yeah. Valpo definitely made really good adjustments on that from that first map compared to that second map, because you just had so many staggers, so many fights. Like, it's one of those feelings like when you're in solo queue and they're just sitting at your spawn doors killing you over and over and over again, trying to find out how to break that. They did break that in game two.
Yeah.
It felt good because when Illinois Wesleyan's tracking your ults, when they know that your main engage is Reinhardt Shatter, right? Every time Reinhardt steps up, you're going to Maywall them,
Yeah.
right? You're going to try and like just stop them immediately. And then once they were able to find the picks that they needed on the supports who were playing super aggressively, like that's just what Lucio Moira comp does, right? Is they want to be in your face constantly, you know, showing like shooting barrage and Moira holding down left click, right, or right click, excuse me.
Yeah.
That's what that comp does. So when you find those picks on those kind of characters, it starts to break down that kind of really spaced comp really well, and Valpo started to figure that out. But obviously not fast enough, as Illinois Wesleyan was still able to take game one.
Yep. I will say, from looking at that game, that did not look like a Academy Overwatch team versus a nationally competitive team whatsoever.
Yep.
I mean, that
Yep.
second control point was pretty darn close.
You strip the titles away, it's a lot closer
Yeah.
of a match than you think. So.
But we are going to head to a short break, and we'll be right back with game two.
And we are back, ladies, gentlemen, and MBs, for the start of our game two of this Valpo GLEC versus Illinois Wesleyan match. Illinois Wesleyan up 1-0 right now. We're moving on to Coliseo, moving on to a push map, and immediately the hack from Suzu going to stop Kirikuki in the ball. just gonna have to jump around a little bit here. You have mirror ball comps coming out, which makes sense. Ball is pretty strong, especially almost. We're literally one support off of a full mirror comp right now. I just realized that. Yeah, CQ9 on the Lifeweaver, and 2 are going to drop immediately for Valpo. Illinois Wesleyan starting out with a lot of tempo on this push map. Just picking off 3 right there, and now immediately shredded off, all kind of cascading from that early pick on L. Now Happy Squid falls as well. Valpo just looking a little bit rough here. As you can see, Wavy immediately going to get that Kirakuki, and now it's like 1 and 1 and 1 and 1, and you peek out again, and there's another one def, and Ramon dashed in there. Got a Lifeweaver pull is nice there at least, but you're going to see Illinois Wesleyan just going to kind of push this objective here. And unless Valpo stops staggering it out, it's going to be a really quick push map.
Yeah, the switch to Malga though. So I like this, gonna stick with the team a bit more. You know, when I had the cam on the
nice
hamster at the beginning, I was like, didn't even like, missed everything kinda. But gonna be with the team now.
Yeah, immediately shred out. Exo's going to drop 1 though, so you are going to go 1 for 1. Ramon's going to fall. You do have Wavy in the backline. Ella gets revealed off that health pack. Not going to be able to find it. Just going to try and shred that healing a little bit here. You see just the Alari coming out from the side of Illinois Wesleyan gives them a little bit more range to work. Plus the hit scan is just nice on the range that Kelsio has. So Kirakuki's able to pull 1. Lifeweaver pulls him away from the ball, but obviously ball's going to immediately find you back. So looking for the kill on Ramon. The dashing Kirakuki gets a little bit of enough healing, but it's not going to be too much because grapple does take him out there. Ramon looking in this top side. You still have L pushing him back out. And this objective is just slowly pushing with 1 person on it. And there's the jump down immediately there. Still pushes to the side. Here comes the ult out of Alari as well. El's going to be able to drop 1. Just dashing to the side. Kizu going to pick up the first one for the side of Illinois Wesleyan. There's the ult coming out for Genji as well from the back line. The hack on Kirakuki is going to be huge. Exo picks up the second one right there. Kirakuki going to slam down, but the sleep is just going to be enough. The hack as well going to finish it off. The virus just doing so much damage there. Another hack on the corner. Valpo is now just getting effectively staggered. As this team pushes back up, it's looking a bit low. You have a couple of ults to throw, but you're going to have to throw it in the very, very last point, or else we're going to be looking at like an under a minute game here.
Yep. Yeah, Valpo definitely on the back foot here. I think they're going to wait for the respawns. They're going to have some ults up now, so now's kind of their chance to...
just hiding in the corner. Exo still found one off the corner with Kuzu. Yeah, that's insane. They're just sitting in the spawn here.
It's getting
a little bit rough. Yeah, I mean, at this point, you might as well just pop the Malga ult. You just got to pull something out. There's the kill on Exo. Here comes the ults coming up. Yeah, still just going to dash around the side. You're going to look for your first capture of the map. There it is. As you can see, Sir slept in the back line. The anti is going to be huge. Genji dashes in as well. Going to be able to find one. Finds the second one. And then the boost as well is going to be huge. Looking for the third one. Going to find the third. Mookie just putting on a montage here. Now on DPS instead of tank. And obviously showing out for it. The Genji reflex is going to be huge. Immediately dashing around the corner. Looking for the fourth. Will Malga healing be enough? I think it will be because Mookie is falling a little bit low. But the hack from... Sombra is going to be able to push him back out there. Just trying to interrupt that hack. There's the ult out as well from Malga, going to be able to finish off with the ones. I mean, Valpo just kind of lost the push again. Mookie with the nano, just going to be huge. Didn't even have blade, right? Just dashing, so.
Yeah, usually you see that kind of play with the ultimate.
Yep.
Not just in kind of the default no blade.
Yep, as you can see, Mookie in the backline again, the reflect. Hopefully going to be able to drop here, though. Ramon still looking for one. You have the healing as well from Ana. Still looking in the corner, but Alari's going to be able to get up to the top there with the boost and just heal enough with the punch to finish off Ramon. Exo's going to finish off Happy Squid as well. L's going to be able to trade one, but 3 are down, 4 are down for the side of Valpo already. All that's left is CQ9 in spawn.
Yep. 4 ults still available here. This is going to be kind of the final attempt push here. So we'll see what Valpo is able to pull out.
You have the tree.
You have
Wise Mystical Tree. Drop Wise Mystical Tree as Ramon dashes up here looking for an angle. Not going to be able to find it. The ult coming out of Exo. Going to just drop ult now. And not going to be able to find anything really other than balls. So just slicing, but not going to find a kill there either. Ball gets away. Tree of Life dropped in the back line, but the anti is going to stop Ramon from benefiting from it as another one falls to the side of Valpo. The ult comes out from L, but it's a little bit too late as everybody from the side of Valpo is dead. All that's left is just a bunch of low health people, but the grenade is going to be huge. 2 on point, and they're just going to push the objective right on. And that's going to be Illinois Wesleyan taking a quick game 2 here to go up 2-0 in this series.
Yeah, we will take a look at the play of the game here. I kind of hope it is Mookie, because I kind of want to see it from their POV. Yeah, we are going to get to see it.
Honestly, a lot of people hated the Genji Overwatch 2 like look. I messed with it. I thought he looked sick with the hoodie on. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, just immediately the 2 kills were really nice, and then the nano just to finish that off, especially to increase that healing, get a little bit of damage reduction. It's really nice.
So you talked about it a little bit during the break, but what was kind of working in game 1? It feels like Illinois Wesleyan kind of dominated that first half of game 1. Valpo kind of came back, found some things they could take advantage of, but this map 2 was brutal.
Yeah. Definitely Illinois Wesleyan kind of just exposed the fact that Valpo plays very split. So when you run a comp like Genji, Alari, and Sombra, right? And then you put a ball with it as well, you kind of just ignore everything Kirakuki does. That's kind of your whole thing, is that Kirakuki has to play a little bit more back, or else ball runs straight through him, Genji runs straight through him, Sombra runs straight through him. And we saw there, initially with the ball swap, Sombra was just hacking Kirakuki the moment he walked through, so there was a point that he couldn't pass. Genji would dash backline, and it felt like the supports were always the first ones down, if not the enemy, like Sombra taking out our DPS, right?
Yeah.
Like it always felt like there was 1 pick, 2 picks. It wasn't like those huge team fights where somebody hits like a wombo like we see in a lot of these close games. It felt more of just a slow drip feed of kills, and that kind of just is a product of Illinois Wesleyan being able to just kind of outhands the backline.
Yep. And was Happy Squid playing in that game?
Yes.
Okay. Because I was seeing the lineup switches. So AirJ going to be going back in for this game 3, it looks like so far. I was going to say Happy Squid getting subbed in, but I remember you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how I did not notice that. I don't look at the tags. I kind of just look at the characters in the game, I guess. So.
I said the tag, and then it registered to me that we had subbed, and I felt bad that I didn't say anything at the start, so my bad.
Yeah, shout out to Happy Squid.
Go team. But we are going to take a slight break here as we hop into map 3 of this series, and we'll catch you guys at the start. And we are back, ladies, gentlemen, and Abbies, for the start of our Game 3 of this Valpo versus Illinois Wesleyan match. I'm your host, Diadem. I'm here with my co-host,
Henry's Speedy Kill Ninja.
And we are moving into Servasa for our third map, right? Got a little flashpoint action going on. I was a little bit mad that they swapped off the Torbjorn here, but you're going to see the Hazard coming out for the side of Illinois Wesleyan. You have the Widowmaker as well, going to be looking for some early picks, especially on this backline, just trying to chip off a little bit. But L, hopefully, you have the Sojourn, which is a pretty good comp. Kirakuki gonna dash in, not gonna be able to find anything here. Immediately the hazard wall on the side and the first pick there, Wavy gonna be able to find Ramon. Dashing a little bit back, one falling low for the side. Catches Hazard on the side there. Hazard just gonna dash up, gonna find 2 though. Valpo 3 down, having to respawn. L's gonna be able to pick off the first one though. Still looking for the backline here, dashing up. Gonna try and look for Lucio, not gonna be able to find it though. Mookie gets the dashing, gonna drop them. The first capture point is going to be to Illinois Wesleyan. Valpo really staggered now, as you can see. It's just kind of 1v1 falling. CQ9 dashing up a little bit, but Valpo's just gonna have to regroup. This, I think, Flashpoint out of all maps is the one to punish staggers the hardest.
Oh, yeah.
Because if you cannot team fight 5v5, you are going to lose the objective.
Dude, I think it was 1 HP there.
Oh. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know how that hit and didn't kill.
Yeah.
Like, at that health, I don't know what was happening
It was
there.
single digit.
Immediately, yeah, Kirzu going a little bit deep there. Sir's going to be able to pick off 1. You're going to trade 2 for 2 there. It's going to be a 3v3 pushing onto this objective, but you see Hazard still in this backline. Going to look for a health pack, going to find that health pack, but still really isolated. So Kirakuki looking for the dash. Hazard going to be able to jump away. CQ9 pushing up on Sir, trying to just dash. You see, you go with the Moira Lucio comp now for the side of Valpo. They're kind of just mirroring what Illinois Wesleyan did in that game 1, because you just need that kind of fluidity and you need that damage out of the backline. So, ooh, okay, L. Okay, L, talk your stuff, I see you. That's going to immediately pick there. You see the 2 DPS for the side of Valpo are on point capturing this flashpoint now.
Kind of same thing is happening again, where Illinois Wesleyan, playing in our spawn, playing it very aggressive, and we kind of just ignore them and take point.
Yeah, you can see in Illinois Wesleyan swapping a lot of their people around. Oh, just got the buffer of the what's it called, pull there, but Wavy immediately just gonna headshot L right there. Just out of position a little bit. Sir gonna find the second one right there. Both DPS are down for the side of Valpo. Kirakuki still looking on this backline, gonna be able to find the hammer down, but Hazard gets the jump away and buffers it just fast enough to be on this objective. That's gonna capture the point. 2 fall down. AirJ pops the ult, but it's not gonna be enough. Overtime clicks down, and Valpo gonna lose this first flashpoint as we move to the second point.
I was gonna say Ramon's got to be careful. Doesn't want to get staggered. Need to kind of play very passive while you're waiting for the team to respawn and when the points kind of over like that. But luckily stays alive, so Valpo is gonna be able to get kind of a full true contest for this next point.
Yep. No, still just looking on this corner. Gonna be able to get that dash out. Oh, the pull, but the boop is going to be just enough to delay Kirakuki there. Immediately jumping out the side. Moogie's going to fall, but Wavy picks off 1. It's going to be a DPS for support. AirJ still looking on this corner. Wavy's going to find the second one there. Valpo is down 1 here. They're going to be looking on this corner. You have Kirakuki on this side. Point hasn't been touched yet, but it is going to be first touched by Illinois Wesleyan. They're going to look for a capture just with 1 down. The beat drop is going to be able to keep Lucio alive there. Dash from Kirakuki is going to be a little bit left. Going to be able to jump back up though, but Sir finds the kill on Ramon, and there's the capture for Illinois Wesleyan. CQ9 just having to try and bounce out of here really quick. Gonna use the wall right. Should be able to get out. You have a couple of ults coming up for the side of Illinois Wesleyan. You're gonna have 2 for the 1 that Valpo has, but this beat drop might be huge for just trying to take point. If you know everybody's here, honestly, I wouldn't be mad if you just dropped it early. I know that you have a Junkrat ult coming up soon, but I think at this point you just have to be able to drop something. Yeah, immediately the push in, Mookie's gonna drop ult, but it's going to be beat drop, so you're gonna deny a lot of the damage, but Hazard's just disrupting so much. Mookie's still gonna be able to find 1. Still looking in the backline. L picks up the second one, but Illinois Wesleyan has 2 down for the side of Valpo. It's a 3v4. Valpo fighting against the odds. L falls. Only 2 left. Kirakuki's gonna even that out to 3 people, but all you have is Kirakuki and CQ9 on the point. Ramon just respawning now. And Sir popping this. You have 75% for the side of Illinois Wesleyan. Kirakuki's purple is going to have to back up. And here comes the Junkrat ult. You're at a low enough health that you can kind of just tank it, but it does get destroyed there. It's going to be huge. That is a huge ult charge before the throwout. And Junkrat bouncing away. Almost gets caught though. Still going to look for maybe a shatter here with the overtime. You have 1 objective though. I think Ramon's back on objective again. No, yeah, he got pushed out. Unlucky. He was sleepy. Again, he just walked around the corner looking for that objective capture. At this point, dude, just go for it, man. I can't even blame you. I can't even blame you. That's awesome. But that's going to be second point for the side of Illinois Wesleyan. Going to be looking for the third one here. Valpo on their best legs. Obviously, Illinois Wesleyan up 2-0 in this series and 2-0 up in this flashpoint right now. So this arguably is the decider of this whole series.
Yep.
Immediately.
Got a reverse sweep on flashpoint and an actual match to have a chance of winning this one.
Yep. They're going to be really against the odds in every single category that we find. As you can see, it's just a quick stare down there. Hazard looking over, and the solo ult down on Mookie. Going to be able to drop an ult though. The power up on Hazard, and then the ult coming out, going to be able to catch 2. Wavy picks up 2, and Sir picks up a double right there. That's going to be 4 down. All that's left is Kirakuki on point. The purple is going to make sure he doesn't stay alive for much longer. That's a full team wipe for Illinois Wesleyan, and that's going to be an objective capture.
I don't know if I love the Reinhardt on flashpoint. I just don't typically see it. Doesn't have like as much like mobility. But I do think Kirakuki does stick with a lot, but I would be interested to see kind of a...
Oh, we're back. Same idea, different names here. Instead of EXO, it's going to be, what's it called? It's going to be Kazuru. Oh, no, okay. I was so excited. I've been watching this normally, but AirJ going to be able to pick up 1, though. Wavy fall into a bit half here, trying to get healed up, but doesn't really have the super sustained healing. Just going to have to jump out. Really, really slippery champ, right? So just a little bit rough, but L with the Junkrat mirror is going to be able to find 1, and then shot over the wall. AirJ is going to pick up the second one there, and Valpo making a strong push here, going to be able to capture objective. Illinois Wesleyan now split a little bit. L looking for the ones here, trying to just... trying to stagger as much as he can. Any elimination here would definitely kill their next push. As the solo sweep on the side there, Ana almost being able to drop the 1, but Kirakuki with the fire charge gonna stop that there. And now you have on point RJ there, but L tossing the bomb, gonna be able to just assist with the kill. And Valpo now finding the picks that they need, at least to hold onto this objective 40%, but here comes the Junkrat ult. L gonna have to just jump to the side, the beatdown gonna drop. Gonna have to try and delay some of the Riptire, but CQ9 is gonna be able to find that kill on it. And now here comes the ult from RJ as well, pushing down from the side. Mookie drops his ult. Still looking for something on this side. L's going to be able to pick off 1. It's a really, really split fight. I'm going to be honest. Everybody's kind of fighting 1v1s here, and we're not really finding a team fight. But Ramon going to drop 1 before Wavy kills CQ9. Now you have on point, you have Mookie. Again, you can see these fights are just so split, but Valpo is benefiting from it right now at 90%. Illinois Wesleyan, if they want to capture this, they're going to have to make a play now. But I think, honestly, they just give it up. At least that's what I'd like to say. As you can see, they push onto this objective here. Mookie is going to drop. Here comes the Hazard ult. Hazard ult's going to be able to catch RJ. RJ is going to die there. EXO picks up the second one right there. The ult from Ramon is going to try and do a lot of damage. It does pick off Wavy. You still have Kirakuki on point, but the beat drop from Illinois Wesleyan is going to keep them up a little bit longer. Ramon falling really low. Kirakuki also drops. That's going to be a capture for Illinois Wesleyan in the nick of time there. 99% for Valpo, the closest that they've gotten to taking one of these objectives.
Yep. So Valpo not going to have many ults available, but Illinois Wesleyan's ult economy is also pretty low. Are going to have the tire available, though, for L, so that will be a big ult for them to use, but that will do it. I didn't even see the flashpoint. The percent climbs up so fast.
Yep, didn't even get to see it.
Didn't even get the touch.
So
maybe the players were doing the same thing I did, just didn't even...
Yep, it's just in one day, on the next, you know? Life is fleeting. What a terrible feeling. But that's going to be it for the GLEC series. I was your host, Diadem. This is my co-host,
Henry Speedy Call Ninja, and we'll see you guys next week. We got NECC playoffs coming up, so we'll see you guys there. Sorry to cut you off, but
yeah, that's about all I was gonna say. So thank you guys. Thank you for all the likes, follows, and comments. We will catch you guys at the start of our playoffs.